Hey everybody, today we are going to be filming Gingerbread Junk Journal Folio. Gingerbread Dream Junk Journal Folio. This is by Papercraftsocials, and I'm one of the ambassadors for it. I am Christi with Christisecreations and a chainmail artist, as well as mixed media. So obviously for this kit you're going to need glue. Sorry, I'm pushing something off so it doesn't fall. Scissors. Couple of these rings here. I'm using 1.5 inches. I have my bone folder. I have the glue I'm going to be using is the liquid glue. I do have my tape runner and stick glue over the side, and I will be using tons and tons of clips. So I'm going to set that to the side. So with this kit, you first off get this lovely little guide right here. This is to help you line up your hole punches as you go. But that is not for right this second. That will be after you add your pockets and everything else. But I'm just going to show you how doing the basics without pockets, because this is really a design and decor yourself. So first things first, we're going to start with the front and the back, and I'm going to set the rest to the side. You have, for the front and the back, you'll need the 2 gingerbread houses and the 2 candy cane stripe pages. You literally are going to glue these together, then we're going to cut them out. I actually forgot I had to glue these parts, so I will also be using my tape runner and a little bit of my glue stick as well. I work on a silicone mat, and I'll probably be off screen with the taping, but I'll do my best to try to stay on screen. So any glue I get on my mat, which my mat is due for cleaning again. I'm trying to make it last till after I get through with the last of my Christmas decorating. Is just simple, easy to rub off, take a wet wipe, clean up. I just have not, like I said, done it. I've just been trying to push to get things done. Okay, I used both glue stick and my tape runner. Tape runner is right on the very edge. Glue stick is on the rest of it, and I'm just going to sit this as best I can on this. Then just press down. I have my little piece here that I use to help press. We're going to do those front and back real quick, and then I'll have to cut it. I forgot how to cut, or I would have pre-done this part for y'all, because I know it is boring watching cutting. So what is your favorite part of the holidays? For me, the Gingerbread Dream is what makes me think of all the decorating we do, or did more so before, not as much this last couple of years, around Christmas. We would go all out, the whole house, the big Christmas tree. Of course, lately we've done a little bit less, but also it's about decorating and spending time with family. And so that is what I'm really thinking about when I think about this one here, and the one reason I really like working with it, because it makes me think about my going Christmas light looking, seeing all the houses decorated, things that you don't see as much anymore that I kind of miss. It may just be my area. I don't venture out as much as I should. Well, but that is okay. So instead of using regular scissors, I am using the Tim Hoss brand, where they look a little more like shears and they're a little sharper. But I like how they feel in my hands. And if you hear me getting onto somebody in a minute, my puppy's decided to try to get into things he doesn't need to be into today. Yeah, that's what I get for allowing him around while I'm trying to work, but hey, I love having him around. So I am not inking today. I may go back and add ink after I film, because most of this is just going to be prep work video than anything. And then I can go make a decision if I want to add some red, black, browns, or maybe even pull out some green. The ink I have that I don't know if I'll use anytime soon or ever, unless I'm working on black, is I have some white ink, but I don't think that will work on this one. But I'm also looking at this and wondering about maybe using my metallic markers. I'm trying to stay on screen for y'all. I know cutting is very boring as my edging. But I will leave that in my decor. If you hear that thumping, my pups, is he moving the camera? I'm sorry, it's the camera's a little wobbly. He's, for some reason, if you just walk across this floor just right, it will bounce everything. And he's sitting right next to me, scratching, which means he gets his bath sooner than planned. But that's okay. Okay, and we'll just... The hardest part is going around the circle for me. I'll be honest, I am a very slow cutter. But I do want to cut these out so you have an idea of what we're doing here. So as you notice, I'm getting a little glue residue on my scissors here. What I will do is take a glue eraser in a little while and clean off all the glue. It is a quick fix, simple fix. You can get those at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. You can find them, I know at Michael's, they're in the scrapbooking section. I'm not 100% where they would be. I have never actually bothered looking that close at Hobby Lobby. Because I honestly ordered my glue erasers off Amazon. Alright. One more little area here, and this one will be done. There you go. So one side done. Now you could have left a pocket on this one, but I did not. The pocket would be where you would have glued down 3 sides and left the 4th side open. So say you could glue the 2 sides and left the top part open, which would have been a lot more challenging to cut, truthfully. But I am going to be doing pockets on everything else, so you get to see that anyway. The reason I talked about these scissors a minute ago, but I'm going to go back to them for a second. I like these so much is, well, one, I am left-handed. They seem to work a little better with my hands. Sorry, I have to move for a second here. 2, and they don't, because they don't have to put in your thumb or whatever. And the universal scissors really just don't work for my hands. They don't make my hands hurt as bad. And that may be because I go back to my chainmail and work with pliers all the time. And these are a lot closer to pliers. We're nearly done with this cutting. But I will definitely have to clean these scissors afterwards. These are not normally the ones I will use when I know I have a little extra glue. But I wanted to try to go a little quicker for y'all. So I grabbed them. So I don't know if I asked, I know I talked about why this makes me think of my holidays. Do y'all have a favorite holiday memory? Y'all, I'd love to read them in the comments. Let's get this last little bit. And somehow I got dog hair on this. which does not surprise me. With 2 of the dogs out of in the house shed, there's hair everywhere normally. Okay. So these are going to be the front and back to your project, to the journal we are creating. Now remember, I'm not going to hole punch or anything in this one. I'm just showing you how to create the bases before you get to decor. I'm cleaning up my trash real quick, making sure it does not fall on the floor, because the puppy just decided he likes to eat paper. Now, something I'm going to tell you when you go to hole punch, something I do, I will grab my clips, doesn't matter which style, and clamp it down. And make sure I can still get to the hole punches, and that way it does not move around as I'm punching the holes. But that is only after you've decorated your entire project, which will be more on the next video. So, you have 2, and I only pulled 1 of each size page. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with them, and that's why I have my clips over here. I'm going to fold these, the long sheet ones, right where that line is in half. This is creating a small page in our journal. And I'm going to shake up my glue real quick, and we're going to create the pocket I want to create. So this one's going to have an upper pocket. I'm not going to worry about putting glue on the side. I'm just going to do the bottom and the side on the outer. And then I'm going to clamp these. And let them set, because my glue takes about 5 minutes to set. I'm also using the very fine point one to have a little more control on it. I did have a little water bubble in it from the last time I cleaned my glue. I'm not shocked about that. And I'm just clipping a couple spots. And normally I have something to grab the glue up with it. I forgot to grab it today, so I'm just going to use my hands real quick. With this, it does come with a pin. I will put it back in before we do the next ones, because I do not want the glue drying out in the hole. So I have a minute there. I'll go ahead and do this. Maybe. Okay, so like that right there. We're going to press that down again. Just reach. I don't have all my clips over here today. I just realized I have not unpacked some I took with me, because I use them for multiple different things. And then there's the times I just fling them, and I have to go get them up later. If you hear the grumbling, my pup's not happy I flung something around the room. Okay, those 2 are done. I'm going to be right back. I get to bounce the camera instead of him. Okay. I'm only going to show you. We have 4 more to do, and then after that you just decorate. And you can decide whatever order you want to put these in, but that's something I'll be talking more thoroughly in the next videos. Because like I said, these, we're just folding down the lines again on all 4 of these, are just decorated ones. So I love this because it's all about decor and decorating. And like I said before, that brings me back to memories of my Christmas. Now when you go to punch these, you're going to want a little heavier duty hole punch than a lighter one. I will be showing you a couple different hole punch options when I get ready to hole punch. Okay, all these have been folded. So instead of making upper pockets like we did in these, I'm going to put glue on the upper and the bottom and leave the sides open. And that is going to create the pockets this way. I'm just going to, like every other one, I'm pressing down. And I'm just grabbing random clips. I was hoping to pull my bigger clips out than what I just pulled, but okay. I'll leave them there while I dig for my bigger clips. That's what happens when I use them for too many different projects. That one's prepped. Let me just go ahead and use the ones I pulled. So what I just do with the clips, I clip them in spots, no matter what type of clip I'm using, to make sure the glue has holds so it doesn't pop up again. That looks good clipped. Okay. Before I glue anymore, I'm going to see where my clips are, because I came to pull out the wrong sizes when I go reach. This is what happens when I use clips in all different locations of the house. And for other crafting projects as well. Alright. We have a few here we're going to work with. I'll go ahead and flip these up real quick. Because I know I haven't unpacked some that I took with me over the weekend when I went to a crafting workshop and learned some new things. That will be on my social media and also in my posts coming up. I just need to get pictures of everything. Haven't done that yet. Alright, so I was off screen, but I don't like how that line did. I want to go a little bit thicker. But see how the tip had a build-up? It wasn't letting stuff out. Got it. So that should work now. There we go. That will hold definitely a lot better. That is one reason, and I know I did it myself, you don't forget to put the pin in. Especially if you're going to be a few minutes in between just grabbing and using it, which I was. The thing about these clips that I was gifted is they work where I can put them in, more spacing, and they take up less space. Okay, we have the two small ones now to do, or medium ones, I guess is actually called. And I'm doing the sides on them again is where I'm not going to glue. I'm just gluing the top arch and the bottom straight. For this project. Now to dig out a couple more clips before my next one. Let me put the pin back in so it does not mess up on me again, because that is no fun. If your barely art glue tip does get clogged up, what I have done before, and it works great for me, it may or may not work for you, so do not hold me accountable to saying it will or not, is soaking it in a container of hot water for a while. Go back through, take the pin they give you, run it through, and so far for me it has came clean. So I can save it, but I have multiple of the same tips. I think I have 3 of each tip right now, just in case I forget and clog up my bottle. Now the bottle I'm using is their medium-sized bottle, the 4 ounce. Also have the bigger refillable bottle for this. So I don't, and I'll show you all that in a second if y'all like to, and then while these dry. So basically, after these dry, you go through what you've cut out. I'll pull them over here so you can see them in a second, and decide how you want to decorate your project. That is literally the entire thing of the journal. Now I will be showing you the basics on how to decorate, and then I'll be showing you the blinked out version of decorating. So I have everything kind of cut here in a Ziploc bag. You have your different folders, your tags, and stuff like that. I'm going to show you how you can take these tags, go and cut them down and add stuff to them and so forth in my upcoming video or videos. So this is the basics of the journal, where now after they set up, you decide which pattern you want to lay them out in, besides for the front and back. What I normally do is I lay out a medium. I normally grab one of the smalls, then a medium, then a large. Small, medium, and large. Or sometimes I'll even do large, medium, small in the back. And that's what happens. But this is the basics of setting up the junk journaling to start decorating it with your memories and all the fun stuff that comes with it. I hope y'all join me for part 2. And thank y'all for watching. Bye, everybody.